Hi, so in this post, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I chose my top 10 inventions. So what does it mean to be significant, at least in my perspective? So the first thing I started with is thinking about what technology and inventions have a huge impact on the world, so meaning that I personally use it every day in my life. And after thinking more deeply about which inventions are significant, I try to answer a few questions to help me narrow down my scope. So first was, what is the logic in my decisions? So kind of thinking about that, I chose inventions that were significant in the sense that they impacted a large number of people. So if they, were able to help a lot of people, were able to save a lot of lives or even improve a lot of lives, then I would consider it to be successful. And then the second question I tried to answer was, why does it matter? There are a lot of different gadgets and technology in our world now. So, what makes this one different and why should I put this one in my top 10 list? And this matters because it is one way to kind of narrow down which inventions are significant in the world and which had the most impact and changed our standard of living. So I think standard of living is definitely a metric that kind of shows how significant a invention or gadget is to our world, because I think the main goal is to improve our standard of living. If a tool or gadget is able to improve our standard of living, then I feel like that it is significant and that it was important in our lives, because if we didn't need to improve our standard of living, then there would be no need for new inventions and new gadgets. And then the third kind of question I asked myself was, what is the overall value and impact on the world? And again, going back to the standard of living, I think that these inventions should kind of change the world we live in. If it doesn't really change our lifestyle or our standard of living, then it wouldn't have a huge impact, and not a lot of people would use it, and I don't think it would have made my top 10. So kind of like looking at the top 10, I chose things like the Brita water filter. Like that would allow a lot of people who didn't have access to clean water to get clean water, which would save a lot of lives, because water is crucial to people everywhere. So I think that's kind of a reasoning I use to come up with my top 10 inventions.